How the perps doing what they do, try to gaslight me, and make me subscribe to this manipulation. I've had my last few days have been a little bit not feeling well, which they've been taking advantage of it. But for me, it just I've become stronger and stronger. In staying strong with reality. What you're saying here is an example. Let me just start by saying, first of all, I'm a target individual. I'm a TI. I know what it means. I'm a TI who deals with V2K, synthetic telepathy, and all kind of manipulation of my mind. And I have an ecosystem of clowns around me, which is supposed to make me subscribe to this manipulation. And as I'm making this video, I'm listening to this trash who thinks that this is going to give her the inspiration that she'll need it. And by the way, they tell me they proved it, that they don't manipulate me because of this, right? And they do that all the time. And actually, this extreme of our level. Let me just say this. I'm a target individual dealing with voice to skull. So what it means is the interaction is via this voice to skull technology. And the perps have these ways of, have gimmicks. And they really think they have sold it. The one thing about me making videos is it's been the same videos for years of all extreme level. And you can see the patterns of what they've been doing. I've been making in some cases multiple videos per day. Same thing. So at this point, there's no doubt that I'm not subscribing to this manipulation. I understand that they are trying to find ways to make me subscribe to this manipulation. So, for example, right now I heard somebody's like, yeah, we've proved it via voice to skull. And she makes herself sound like sincere, like she really proved it, when in truth is, I've been making these videos over 1,000 times, right, where they do the same things and some more extreme than that. And they want to be they want to be convincing in the way they sound like, yeah, no, we just proved this. No, you're just playing my brain, manipulating my brain. And in some cases, they're just kind of utilizing how the angles of certain things, so as you're going to see here. And then they use these clowns who target individual. Please understand that this trash are nothings. They have no shame of gaslighting me in any way. Earlier on, there was I was watching a video that I made a while ago. Well, not a while ago, a few months ago, where I bought this stuff from Amazon, and there was two little girls. In that picture, it was basically in the review comments. A mother bought this art piece, and she had her children kind of like model the art piece, the wall art piece, and the way they made me see these kids behind, it was so disgusting. They're like, I'm talking about like 6 years old max, even less and younger. Right? And that's the extreme level of manipulation. And then you have these clowns who, instead of just saying, oh, we're manipulating you that way, it's like, no, we're mining, we're mapped it. And when the truth is, they're just changing your brain. Now, that's a more extreme. There's clearly no indication that these were babies or little kids. So this is different. So you see three pictures here. One is a group of younger girl over there, not even teenager, maybe at the most 12 years old, 13. Obviously children. They even still try to create perception toward these babies over there. Clear kids, like really young, as in preteen. Then you see that over there. Now, before you see when the girl tried to wrestle, you can clearly see she's a teenager there. But at the bottom, there's that picture there. Now you can see how the picture was taken, the angle and all that. It's kind of disturbing because it seems like they were trying to get the picture where, let's just say, things get a little disturbing. Now, you can see the difference between the picture that is on the preview versus when you watch the video. Above, you clearly see that to be a kid, a teenage kid. Which she was, like 15 years old. She looked at that age. She looked her age. Because when I saw it at the bottom, I was like, yeah, she looks young, but the guy is an adult, so maybe somebody who looks young. I go through the video, and I'm like, okay, that looks like a teenage kid. And so they were trying to gaslight me. Well, let me just say this. They're not trying to gaslight me. They are gaslighting me. And like, yeah, no, we see, yeah, they start saying things about how I'm gonna be tortured, you're gonna be, and they say these things because what they want me to do is to internalize this manipulation. Now, if they can manipulate me from the youngest kid there, the picture at the bottom is gonna be easier because honestly, if you look at the angle and the way he's carrying her, he's like, it's not a good angle and definitely not an appropriate angle. But then you see the kid when she's there, and there's clearly some kind of how can I say that? Let's just say that you clearly see that she looked like a kid at the picture above. And so right now, this perps who thinks I'm going, and let me just say this, they've been telling me they're gonna frame me with kids. So I hear a 15-year-old, somebody who sounds like, she's like, yeah, you are. It's like trash. Look at look at the picture above. You think I will ever think that I will ever look at this kid above there in any way? The only reason why you're able to create some kind of perception of some sort is to look at the picture over there. Now, Target Vigil, there's no back and forth with this purpose. Their purpose is simple. They tell me they're going to even implant child porn. And they want to be fierce about it too. These people are not here protecting kids. They are here trying to rewire your brain into internalizing this manipulation. These people are a threat to children. They utilize coward and low life to participate. Let me just say this. This is a governmental program. This is the government running this program. Governmental program with problem pedophilia. Now, let me just say this. Not a governmental program with problem pedophilia, but a governmental entity where there's a lot of pedophilia issue. In this program, the tactics of way to attack the mind is the pedophilia type of tormenting. That's what they do. They attack your mind in these degrading ways. And then they utilize these clowns. The clowns are perps. Perps are nobodies the government utilize. These are the clowns try to convince you with the tonality of how they interact with you via VV2K. They don't understand that you have pure rage and hatred. That the second you have the chance to face them, it will not go right. Listen, I've been making the same video of all level, from the youngest babies to it's been the same thing. And I purposely been doing that because it's been a consistent way of putting things together. I mean, there's I have videos where there's literally infants that they force me to get sexual stimulation toward. So you understand that there's no limits. And so when I hear these perps, when they have this infantile closures, yeah, just kill yourself because we have too much proof. I'm like, hey, trash. You guys are bottom feeder working for pedophiles. I can say rolling more in your face a man who's actually being with kids as young as this kid and younger, and you can't even say anything while you try to find the picture where the way they manipulate me. First of all, the above picture over there, obvious. Then when is an angle where somebody's lifting this girl up, the butt is in the camera, and it's the perceptions of how short and how much of a child is very hard to tell. These bottom feeders are bottom feeders for pedophiles. Yes, I understand. I'll be manipulated from the youngest kids to the oldest kid. That's what I've been saying, and I'm going to continue to say that. And then we face each other. I promise you, it will not go the way you want it. To the special forces who tell me I'm going to kill myself. I know you're making women kill themselves. I know you torture children. And I know you do the pedophilia type of torture. To this teenage shit thinking that this is going to validate them and come near me and I'm going to let them play this. I promise you, if you think of Skela, if you know what I mean, think about that. I don't want to do anything aggressive, but it will happen. This is about reality. Not somebody who's trying to sound convincing via V2K. Not some infantile closure. But people will tell you they're going to implant child porn.